We are
almost not live. The go live button didn't seem to work. I don't know if that was user error or what, but it worked. I went, oh, everything was going so good, and then it worked. Sandy Norris, first one in the house. If you're listening on the podcast or on the replay, talking to chat here, Sandy Norris, can't wait. We'll try and watch live. My daughter coming by to help me. Oh, that's nice. Have a great day. But the second thing in chat by member, RV to Disney, Poop Free Bird.
Poop Free Bird, huh? They don't make those.
You don't know what we're talking about.
No, but
she missed a show. That's what you get when you miss a show. Yes. How dare you work and stuff? Poop Free Bird, not the song that it gave me a ticket driving up. When I got a ticket, you weren't there. Never mind. Anyway, RV to Disney, cracking me up. Don Bone, who don't call me Hitchhiking Bones in the house. What's going on? You think Disney Imagineers can come up with a Poop Free Bird? It might be a challenge even for them. I think me and Paula can come up with that song. Leonard Skinner, Free Bird, Poop Free Bird. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Okay. I think Elon Musk, if he can get to Mars, which he hasn't done yet, if he can make a rocket land, if he can buy, give me a car that, well, the truck looks ridiculous, but if he can make cars that would go the way that, why can't we get some poop-free birds? I am sick of birds pooping.
I don't know. I haven't actually pondered that question.
Well,
for a long time.
That's what I'm here for. Yet, Detroit for a long time. So back in the day, you did?
I mean, on the beach, I have to say it's definitely come across my mind a few times.
Thank you.
Why can't they just do something else?
Come on, science. Detroit Disney Duo in the house. Yes. I did see the big Major League Baseball news. I don't know if Paula knows what we're talking about. It came out fairly late last night. I actually watched MLB Tonight last night to get the news, and I got none. But it's good news. We'll see. They're going to play. RV into Disney. Awesome. Talking to Dean. Dean, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member of the channel. My mom in the house, what's going on? One of my favorite rides in Indiana Jones. Yes, today is my favorite ride. Like, until very recently, this has been my favorite ride for many, many years. Since 95, I guess. It's the first time I rode it until Expedition Everest became my favorite ride right at the end.
Yeah.
Mostly because I didn't get to go. It's like I became a Cowboys fan because I couldn't see my Chargers anymore, right? So I became an Expedition Everest fan because I couldn't ride Indiana Jones, which they kind of go together. They would fit together. We could make it work.
Jungly
and cruisy. Yeah. And
kind of.
Anyway, Indiana Jones we're talking about today. One day closer to Friday, right? The Sure Nuts. I'm glad you're here. What's going on? It's not the wrong account. It's the right account. You're here, and I'm glad. Miss Hitchhiking Bones. Kadani Sean in the house. What's going on? I got all these notifications popping up. I swear, once a week I get rid of those notifications. Chrome.
They don't listen.
You're starting to annoy me. I'm not going to lie. Hitchhiking Bones, Resort Budgeting in the house. What's going on, everybody? Jersey Mike, hello. Martin Memphis, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being awesome. Michael Riley in the house, good morning. Part of your world adventures, a member. Thank you. Kay Atwood, you're working. That's all right. Don't work too hard. You could have poop-free birds if you didn't feed them. No input, no output. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not the one feeding them. I don't know who's feeding them. Are you feeding these birds?
Sometimes I feed the birds.
I actually like the birds in the backyard. We do have bird feeders, so I guess we are feeding birds. Feed the birds. It creates. Okay, Mar in Memphis talking to Joey. It's Joey's World, is it? Oh, okay. Put up a super video. Got it. Addie family in the house. What's going on? Today we're talking about one of my favorite rides of all time, Indiana Jones. We have told the story that's going to be the lead story on today's show a few times. So if you're a veteran of the channel, I'm sorry. You've heard the story already. We'll talk about other things too. But we have a pretty cool Indiana Jones. This vlog is getting, and then a poop emoji. I'll take it. I'll take it today. So let's tell the story. My favorite Indiana Jones story. We were there the day before or 2 days before. I don't ever remember, and I always feel like I'm lying, whichever one I say.
A little before it was going to open.
Yes. I think the day before. It was the media day. It was Radio Row day. So like with the Super Bowl, they have Radio Row. Disneyland, at least used to. This is back in 95. So we're talking 25 years ago. Was it 25 years ago? Yeah, 95. They would have local TV stations and local radio stations there for the grand opening of the new stuff. And so right along the fence there, right along the fence of Jungle Cruise was table after table after table of dudes and dudettes on the radio with their headsets talking. And we worked at the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Marcos back in the day in Southern California. And on occasion, because I was in charge of field trips, we would go to Disneyland. It was a rare thing, but we'd go once a year or so, maybe twice a year at the most, but at least one, maybe 2 times a year we would go. It was a great thing. We took kids who never got to go to Disneyland. Many kids we took for their first time to Disneyland, which is really one of my favorite things in my whole life. We also brought we brought plenty of new people to the club, including some people who signed up just for that day, which wasn't the goal, but whatever. And that's a whole story. Which is the same day. That crazy kid is the same day as what we're going to talk about. But we just happened to get lucky and get there. Now let's take a step back. Will you watch chat a little bit while if I get dive into the story? Just let me know if anything's going crazy. Okay. So the 40th anniversary of Disneyland was 1995. It opened in 1955, and they had, I should have pulled out my cards, and they had a great celebration of the 40th anniversary of Disneyland, including many things, including some merch that were a card a day. So they had a baseball style Disneyland card a day. Each day represented a year. So card number 1 was 1955. Card number 2 was 1956, and so on all the way through day 40, Indiana Jones, because that was the day it opened. And then they actually had a 41st day. Actually, Indiana Jones Day might have been 41. But regardless, the 40 days that preceded this, they had, hey, Caitlin, what's going on? Hey, Antonia M., what's going on? They had a card a day. And so we had gone 3 or 4 times in that period because I have cards from those days. So we were busy Disneylanders, yes. Disneyland fans. We were married that year, right? Is that the year we were married? It sure is. Mm-hmm. So we obviously went the day after our wedding, our marriage, to start off our honeymoon, we went, and that would have been unrelated to this because that was in October. But that doesn't matter.
Went in the summer.
Yeah, so that must have been another day. But regardless, we were going a bunch. We got a couple of the cards, and I was excited to go with the kids, and we got lucky that it was Indiana Jones Media Day. Unbeknownst to us, the ride was open. They opened it for the media. The media wrote it, and then they just kept going without an announcement. Nobody in this park talked about it being open. They just had cast members said, come on, give it a try. Now, if you've ridden Indiana Jones in the last since 96 or 7, mm-hmm. you'd had a different experience than we did that day. Right. Definitely different. The queue was the first queue that blew me away. Now it's still a great queue, and by queue, I mean line. If you don't know, the queue is the line. Good morning. How much were tickets back in 95? I don't know. You have to Google it. They weren't like they are now. They were cheap. We could take a bunch of kids. I'll tell you that. The queue was so interactive on a level that is higher than it is now. So again, if you know the ride now, but you didn't ride it back and it opened, how different would you say the queue is now to the day we rode it?
Oh, completely different. Yeah. Yeah. Especially like not necessarily the outside, but definitely when you get in and you're starting through like the first little cave area and it has like the bamboo that's propping up the ceiling. It was full in that whole area. It was full of booby traps.
Taller.
So the whole like area was booby trapped. And when you would walk onto a certain spot, the ceiling would start shaking and there'd be spikes that would come down. It looked like it was going to cave in on you. It was amazing.
They had to stop doing that. The little hallway that was the collapsing cave where you see the spikes, it used to shake and, like she said, come down and the spikes would come out. And people were in need of diapers. There were people that were freaking the heck out. And that's why they stopped it. I don't know how I could prove that. I know that I talked to multiple cast members back in the day. I don't know that I've seen that anywhere online. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but it's true. I mean, that's unless the cast members lied to us and it would have been multiple cast members. People were just
like all of the big thick bamboo pieces that were holding up the ceiling
would bend.
Bow in.
Mm-hmm. Like, and it was loud and
it was awesome. It was so realistic.
It was really good. And I think the fact that it was in Southern California made people uncomfortable with it because we actually do rock and roll.
Yeah. Things don't usually fall like that. Spikes don't usually fling out. But
there you go. Mom's in the house. That's my mom right there. Amazing. She did it. How many did you ride it a bunch with us? I'm sure you did. And darts would come out at darts, the air.
It was air that would
just like on the ride. Well, I guess that's in Jungle Cruise. Is that in?
No, it's on.
Oh yeah, it's on Indy. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Very different. We had things to do in there, scavenger hunt and traps. Yeah. So they gave you these little decoder cards, which are now worth money, and I've got about 3 million of them. Yeah. I probably should eBay the heck out of those things.
You should.
But they were just little decoder cards, and it was an interactive event. It was on the level of Flight of Passage. Certainly for then, so beautiful, so immersive. You can pull on stuff. Now, some of it is still active. Some of it, hey, Surfer Girl, what's going on?
Is.
Some of it is still there, and it's
like
still
it'll
awesome.
Say like, don't pull
I think that
or
part's
whatever,
still there.
And you'll grab it and pull.
And there's somebody down there.
Yell, hey, what are you doing?
I think that part's still there. But
But it was full. Like the whole line.
Once you got inside the building, it was. You were in the show. It was part of the show. It was the so first for me. Wow, I just want to be in the line. And I don't want to jump to it so fast, but boy, I love the ride. So, yes. and who is it? Somebody in here said every time they see it, or every time we say Indiana Jones ride, they're seeing, hearing in their head, whatever. Dinosaur. So Dinosaur is basically the same ride. It's the same vehicle. It's the same track. It's
not the same
just
experience.
Themed differently. Yeah.
Not even.
I remember the first time I rode Dinosaur and we went over the bridge. I was actually annoyed because on the thumbnail in today's video, which I really, really like, by the way, I hope you like the thumbnail. I love that scene. And I usually do the thumbnail after she goes to bed. So I did it pretty late last night. Oh, even better than Flight of Passage. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But I don't know if I would say that now, but I haven't been on the ride in quite some time either though. So maybe that's a little unfair, but when I was doing the thumbnail last night, I sent it. Oh, I guess I sent it this morning, but I talked about it. And you said to me what I was thinking. It's your favorite scene in Indiana Jones. You know, yes. We like to talk about scenes on rides. You know, the Pirates of the Caribbean scene. I love the dog scene, and I love the gold room scene. And there's so many scenes I love. Indiana Jones is the same. The scenes stand out. It's
a so great scene right after another, and then right after another, and then right after another.
So let me go backwards a little bit. I remember the first time I rode it so distinctly. I'm with her. I'm with a bunch of kids, and I'm in this ride vehicle that is like no other. It's shaking you around and it's jostling you.
The craziest Jeep off-roading experience
it's
ever.
So good. Yes, exactly, Arvina Dizzy. And so we get there and there's 3 different entrances. And I remember going into, I want to be in an Imagineer mode. I'm like, oh my gosh, did they make me 3 different rides? Because on the Matterhorn, it's 2 different tracks. On the Matterhorn, it's 2 different rides. Mm-hmm. I think Space Mountain. Nah, that's not right. That can't be right. But the Matterhorn is 2 different rides. You get on the right side or the left side, and you have a different ride. They go by each other, but it's a different ride, different dips and turns. And when you see the abominable snowman, it's different. And I was so excited. Oh my gosh, they gave me 3 rides. This, which I wish they would do more. I think they could do more of. Just use the same space but integrate another one. And if you could somehow not let us know which one we're getting, that would be even better. I think that would be insane, not unlike what they're doing with Star Tours, but different tracks. Well, anyway, they want you to not look in the is it the Temple of the Forbidden Eye? Don't look in the eye. If you look in the eye, you're cursed, blah blah blah, like you've seen the accursed treasure, same kind of thing. And boy, it takes you on a run. And then somebody's driving. And I'm so usually a cute little kid having a ball thinking they're driving. It's so much fun. And they're all the stuff, the bugs on the wall, the creeping, the darks blowing at you, the bridge scene, which I just referenced.
I love. Yeah.
You hear the iconic music, like almost Darth Vader music, but it's Indiana Jones. It's so good. It's so immersive.
So the bridge scene,
you feel the fire, the heat.
It's all on fire around you. And so it's like this lava almost like exploding, and you have this flame coming up, and you feel the heat on you. And you're trying to get across this bridge, this rickety old bridge. And the vehicle has to it stalls. And then it starts back up. And then you have to back up, and it has to zoom across this crazy bridge.
What are you talking about?
It's amazing. That's the Rock. That's the other
one. You skipped right over one of the better
scenes. To get over the bridge, it does that.
Yeah.
And then the best part.
Well, the Rock.
The iconic part.
Yes.
From the movie.
The iconic scene from the first Raiders of the Lost Ark. I do have. I'm not showing it now, but we have some ride clips. They're all over the place.
They're amazing.
I would go to Resort TV 1. They're more of a Walt Disney World. I'm sure they have it though. But there's lots of great website or YouTube channels that have the full ride. I'm sure. I don't know. Actually, I don't know that. I'm assuming. I'd be shocked if they don't. I don't do a lot of rides online. I got to be honest. I mean, I like that they're out there, but it's not my jam. But yeah, the clips are. I'm sure they're amazing, and the bugs on the wall. Yeah, but let's get to the Rock. So that iconic scene where the Rock comes at Indy.
The giant,
there it is.
Giant stone ball.
It's massive and it's there.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and it's rolling and it starts to come at you. And there's nowhere to go.
Right.
There's nowhere to go.
Coming right on the track.
With the car, it's not going.
It's braking.
And then it backs up a little bit and then zoom, it's gone.
You go
and
under
it's
the ball.
as if you just barely missed it. And then boom, there's a scene with Indiana Jones and the crash of the rock. And oh boy, you just barely made it.
Yeah.
And it's freaking Indiana Jones right there. It's awesome. I love this ride.
It's amazing.
I'm going to go back a little bit now. I even love the queue so much that if I couldn't do the ride, I would sit in the line because it's so fun. And that's even after they took away a lot of the fun stuff. But then you get the ride and it's amazing. And then you get people from Walt Disney World who say it's the same as Dinosaur. Dinosaur. No.
No.
If you've done Dinosaur and you've heard it's the same as Indiana Jones, trust me. It's if Dinosaur on a scale of 1 to 10, whatever it is, multiply it times 5, and that's what Indiana Jones is. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Indiana Jones, the ride in Disneyland?
9.
9.8, 9.9. Ms. Myers in the house, what's going on? What would you give Dinosaur?
Oh, a 2.
3 at the best. Yes, I totally agree with what she just said. And I love dinosaurs. You get this 50-year-old and a 7-year-old's body to not like a dinosaur ride, you're doing something wrong. And I know a lot of people love dinosaur, and I think it's the ride system. This is what I want to get to. The ride system on Dinosaur is so awesome. It's the ride vehicle from Indiana Jones. It's a great ride vehicle. So if you love that part of it, you're going to love Indy.
Yes.
I do POVs as a cast member. I recommend POVs for special needs parents. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. Sure, a lot of less sensory, no doubt. I mean, if you don't like a lot of sensory stuff coming at you, this is not the ride for you.
It is not the ride for
right,
someone who
Caitlin,
is,
I'm sure you would agree.
Yeah.
ATJH, what's going on? Good morning to you. I didn't sing Gaston. Everyone say hi to Gaston.
This ride is a complete overload of all of your senses.
Yes.
You feel, hear, smell, I mean, everything. The heat, the lights, the very flashing hot flames. It's bright, but it's amazing.
It is.
And it gets really dark, and then you see the spiders crawling over and the bugs. And I usually reach up to one of my kids and like crawl my fingers over their back when we're there, so they scream.
Or somebody else's kid.
Yeah, or whoever I'm with. That
depends
especially
on
if they haven't been on it.
If there's a super annoying kid in front of us. I want to get to some of the facts. I found some fun stuff. So March 3rd is the anniversary according to this. Yes, I'm reading this because I don't want to lie to you. So we were there March 3rd.
Okay.
Doesn't feel right, but that's because I'm thinking about
probably spring break then.
Yeah. I'm sure. Tiki Man fan, what's going on? So anyway, there's some cool facts. I wanted to pull it up. Let me find it. Anyway, I just love it so much. Obviously, it's interspersed, interconnected with the Jungle Cruise right there, right? Connected. It basically is in the same story. We talked about on Jungle Cruise Day, what was that, Monday? How if you listen to the Q radio show on Jungle Cruise, they actually reference this ride. And
the themes, awesome. I mean, the themes just go together so well right there. You're in the jungle.
So just from Wikipedia, Indiana Jones Adventure is an enhanced, and I thought it was called Indiana Jones, the Temple of Forbidden Eye, but apparently we call it now Indiana Jones Adventure. Maybe I was just wrong. It's an enhanced motion vehicle dark ride attraction at Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. We haven't been there yet. Based on the Indiana Jones film, you know that, blah, blah, blah. Guests accompany the archaeologist Dr. Indiana Jones on a turbulent quest aboard military troop transport vehicles through a dangerous lost temple guarded by a supernatural power, blah, blah, blah. The attraction premiered as Temple of Forbidden Eye, March 3rd, 1995, open to the general public March 4th, 1995. So we were there March 3rd. Then.
Yes.
Yeah, according to this. A second, excuse me, nearly identical version of the ride opened as Temple of the Crystal Skull, September 4th, 2001. Wow, almost 9/11. Week before 9/11. That's weird.
Wow. Yeah.
At Tokyo Disney Sea in Chiba, Japan, unrelated to the Crystal Skull movie. Blah, 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 blah. The melody from the music is by John Williams, just like in the movies. I wanted to share that. The following is a list of breakdown of the different passages heard in the attraction. And I don't want to tell you that. That's not what I want to show you. I want to show you this. I will find it I swear to you, it was fun stuff. There we go. So I'm not going to play it right now because I don't have the rights to it. It's not mine. But this is 10 abandoned effects. It's on YouTube. 10 abandoned effects on the ride. And look at that. It's not mine. Somebody's video trying to, I don't know, whatever. But my point is, it's changed so much. They've changed a lot of it, and it's still, again, I haven't been on it like 10 years.
Right.
But it's my favorite ride.
It's
my favorite
amazing.
ride. I do love the collectibles too. I talked about the little decoder cards. They're all over the wall. You can still use them. I don't know if they still have the cards that pass out. We have the maps from that day.
Well, and the cards would let you decipher the language or the whatever was written on the walls too. Like you could get the little codes, and it would say like "beware," and you didn't know it. Yeah. And then you're like, "Oh no, what does it do?" And then something would poof out at you.
It's the best.
It was so fun.
And
I'm sure it scared too many people.
How do we not mention they're actually doing another Indiana Jones movie? What?
Really? I didn't know that.
Indy is officially 327 years old. I know you guys have seen all this, but if you haven't, there's the signage for Indiana Jones Adventure, Temple of the Forbidden Eye. It's beautiful. Again, if you're watching or if you listen on the podcast, I'm showing them a picture of the sign. You just don't get to see it because you got to be here live on our YouTube channel to see this up. The troop transport truck from the Raiders of the Lost Ark, the very stunt vehicle where Indy himself slid under the truck to safety and into Hollywood fame, is on display. And I've walked by it, hundreds of times.
Yeah, that's so much fun.
That is probably my favorite scene. I don't know. There's so many good scenes in the actual movie. But that scene, they dug a little trench and he was sliding, but I love that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Just like every other attraction at Disneyland, the hope is that you get into character and experience the true adventure. Immersing yourself in the magic can be incredibly fun. This is just from a website that I found randomly. It's so true. It's so immersive. This is good. There's the decoder card. I forgot that was there when I looked at this last night.
That was so much fun.
And again, I bet I got 100 that day because the kid. Yeah. So when you take a bunch of kids to Disneyland and all the kids get the same giveaway, when you clean out the bus, you get all the stuff.
They leave them all. Yeah.
You get dirt. You get
candy wrappers.
Half-used Jolly Ranchers. Yeah. And on this day, I bet I got 100. I'm not exaggerating. I bet I got 100. In different levels of destruction.
Yes.
Exactly. There you go. So you decoded this on the wall, which I know I found online what it said. I don't even remember anymore.
I mean, we did it. I just don't remember.
You can look around at the additional hidden items on the trail to the temple in the large temple area. Look at all the crates that contain relics packed by the Lost River Expedition. Number 9906752 was the same crate number that held the Ark of the Covenant. Featured in Indiana Jones. Kind of fun, right?
Very cool.
Kind of fun. Club Obi-Wan was the club's name featured in the beginning of the Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Doom, and is the name of the hero in a galaxy far, far away. Delivered to Club Obi-Wan. And this is way before we had a Galaxy's Edge. I guess would Obi-Wan be in Galaxy's Edge? No, I guess not. You can look for the obelisk. Am I saying obelisk right? Obelisk, right? I think so. That describes the 4 different dangers that you will experience on your adventure. The location of the attraction used to be the Eeyore section. Remember that? I do. The Eeyore section of the Disneyland parking lot.
Oh, yes.
The whole, I think we lost our card.
We did.
Somewhere. I guess that would have been farther out. But it was one of the up close ones, obviously. I mean, but my point is, they built this, I think it would have been on the far left. So we parked, actually, I think it might have been where the buses parked. It was on the far left of the old parking lot. You had to walk. If you're facing Disneyland, the Disneyland Hotel would be to your left and the park would be on your right, and it would have been right there. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I don't know. Going in the Wayback Machine there. After the theater room, look in Indy's office. You'll see an old magazine with a very old Mickey Mouse on the cover. That's fun. Now it is time to enter your troop transport. Obviously, we've been going on the ride, or the line, excuse me. The transport is a moving drive simulator complete with hydraulics to simulate movement, rough roads, and other dangers, and boy, does it. If you don't want to be jostled around, stay home, people.
If your back isn't in really good shape,
it stretches you out pretty good.
You might want to skip it.
Downside Steven House, I see what's going on. Glad you are here. The transport is designed with a personality to jump away from the snakes and bugs or show fear. In such a dark and dangerous place, each ride is different with thousands of movements programmed into the highly technological vehicle. They really are the best ride vehicle until Flight of Passage, in my never so humble opinion. Sure. After you buckle in and get set for your adventures, you will be granted your prize in the Chamber of Destiny. But don't look in Mara's eyes. Mirrors are provided so you can see which hall you'll be entering. So this is the entrance that I talked about. So this is where I thought, oh my gosh, do they give us 3 rides? They make you think you're going into the one in the center, I guess, and they move you to the one on the right. I think I'm remembering that correctly. And again, I just wanted it to be 3 rides. I don't know. Fountain of Eternal Youth. Lighting is blue and features fountains. Mars comments, "You have chosen wisely. This path leads to endless youth and beauty." Chamber of Earthly Riches. Lighting is orange and gold in color and features treasures. Mars comments, "You seek earthly treasures and gold. It is yours." But then, Observatory of the Future. Look above. Did I skip one? I guess not. The Observatory of the Future. Look above you for the night sky with thousands of fiber optic stars. Mars comments, "You seek the future. It is your destiny." And the new projection technology has been added to Mara and provides a surprise when someone in your transport looks into her eyes. Mara curses, "You looked into my eyes. You will now experience the gates of doom." So the whole story is pick which one you want to go in, pick your future, right?
Yeah.
But somebody in the truck, somebody in the car, somebody in the vehicle looks into her eyes and you're all now doomed. Blah, 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 blah. Your ride vehicle comes to a sudden stop and you are faced with a gigantic boulder. Indy is hanging from a rope, instructing you to avoid the danger. Your ride vehicle appears and feels like it is moving backward to get away from the boulder. In reality, a sheath is moving the boulder closer. I don't want to give it away. I'm not going to read that part. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. This is just from Getaway Today. I never heard of them until yesterday. I found them last night, and it was a good example. I wanted to read it, and I forgot about the picture of what I just showed you. But I just love it. I hope that you Orlandoians, is that a word? Orlandoians get to go for a bunch of reasons. It's where Walt was. I'm talking about Disneyland, obviously.
Yes.
You got to be at Main Street. You got to see that castle. People don't like seeing that castle when they're used to the other one because of the size difference. I think you got to see it. You got to walk the original Main Street. You got to see where Walt was, and you got to ride Indiana Jones and the Matterhorn. You got to. And Small World, for that matter, because it's not even the same. But Indiana Jones is awesome.
I wish they had more merch.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Well, now, when you get off of Indiana Jones, if you've already done Jungle Cruise and you don't want Bengal barbecue, and you do want Bengal barbecue, you can go to the right, and that's where all the indie merch is. We bought hats there. We bought pins there.
There's just,
we rarely don't buy something when we go in that store.
There's a lot of like tropical stuff. There's a lot of beachwear like Roxy and like the surfing brands. But there's not a ton of Indiana Jones merch. Sometimes you can get a whip.
I'm not quite.
They have those indie whips there.
I don't know why Resort Budgeting said this, but it makes me want to sing 8675309 and Janet, yo, look out for me. I need to find a good ride-through video for Indiana Jones. Yeah, I don't do those very often, so I'm not your best. Good morning, Bloom Cheese. I'm not your best resource for that, but I'm sure they're out there. Chasing that fortune in gold. Exactly. Alyssa Stenberg in the house. What's going on? Indiana Jones is one of our favorite attractions. They have hats. Sure they do. Now, the Indiana Jones, Stunt Adventure, whatever the heck it is, it's kind of fun. Like if you want to break, you're at, what is that, Hollywood Studios, right? If you want to break, kick back there, that's okay. I don't love it. I don't dislike it. It's just fun.
Right.
Usually it's the place that the kids want to take a break, and so we do. We get a little snacky snack, but it's nothing like the ride. It's seriously
totally different.
It's ATGH. It's one of my favorite attractions. I mean, when I get asked my favorite attraction, Haunted Mansion and Pirates are the first ones that come up. But Indiana, because they're iconic and they make me happy. The Indiana Jones ride is the most fun ride there is. Like it really I do love Flight of Passage. I love the Millennium Falcon. I have not done the new Star Wars ride. I did the Falcon. I didn't do the other one, Resistance or whatever it is. Rise of the Resistance. Flight of Passage is amazing. Expedition of Everest is amazing. You don't put it in your top 5 and you've ridden it. I don't know. I don't understand. I think it's my favorite. I do. Like as I'm talking to about it, it's my favorite. Where do you put it on your list?
Probably if I was gonna do a 9 or a 10 out of a.
No, but I mean, like what other ones would be on the, like how high?
Just the classics.
What would be higher?
Like, higher.
Hey Kelly, Mickey Bunch, what's going on?
Pirates. Yeah. Caribbean.
Which is right next door.
Yeah. Jungle Cruise. Haunted Mansion. I think you love Haunted Mansion more than I do, as far as like.
I love Haunted Mansion a lot.
Where it would be. Yeah. It's
hard
one
for
of
me
my top 3 or 4.
It's hard for me to think of an Adventureland without the Indiana Jones ride. Oh, but we have one.
Right.
You know, when I rank the parks. Oh, good. Resort Budgeting says they're watching a clip now. The queue line is very long. I mean, you walk through it pretty quick now. Unfortunately, a couple of times I've walked through it and I'm like, come on, I want to, like the movie where Sala, is it Sala? Yeah. Where Sala's talking to you. You get through it so fast you don't see it all.
Right. So the last time I was there was just a year ago, and we didn't get to watch that whole.
Yeah.
But I think we had the little paper fast pass things though.
Oh, well, there you go.
Where you still like they used to have the fast passes where you put your ticket in and it spit out a fast pass for you. You would get it at each ride and just come back and return. And so the queue was always really fast for us. I think they changed that since it's been closed down now.
I don't know. Well, what I was going to say is when I rank the Disney parks, Magic Kingdom never goes as high on my list as it does on anyone else's list. I got to be real. There's 2 glaring reasons. It's a small world after all. It's so small. I understand why the song is that now that I've been on the ride in Orlando, because it is insanely small. And a
Kelly.
Totally different ride. I wouldn't even call it fun. I would call it boring. And I love the one in Disneyland. And then number 2, there's Dinosaur versus a Dinosaur's even not even in Magic Kingdom, so that doesn't even matter. There's no Indiana Jones ride. It just makes me mad. It actually makes me mad. Like I feel like I kind of like the idea of only having certain rides in certain parks. I like the idea, but if they're not going to do that, then why are they skipping this one? Like the Matterhorn is iconic, Indiana Jones is iconic, Small Worlds are iconic. Those 3 things aren't in the Magic Kingdom.
Small World is.
No, and I will fight you.
Mean,
like I've never wanted to fight you more in my whole freaking life.
Their version.
And you said that right to my face as if it's okay.
Their version of Small World is.
Whatever. I thought we were having a good day. The home of the Little Man of Disneyland. Yes. Well, Kelly, who's just popped in the chat, just talked about this the other day. Preach it. That's right. Thank you, Kelly. I will. Give me a pulpit. I will talk about Jesus and the Matterhorn any day. So listen. The Little Man of Disneyland probably should be something we talk about. Yeah, I wasn't sure how we'd work it in, and this is probably a good. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great. Well, we got 25
No, we're good.
We're not doing great on time, but we're fine. So I think we got through the thing of the, I mean, have we missed anything? I don't want to get off of the subject and not go back to India if we missed something, but I think we got it.
No,
I do want to say that the physical immersion, the heat, the blowing of the air, which are darts, the smells, they fit so well.
Yeah. It's all amazing.
Yeah. So as you exit or as you enter, if you take your time, on the right as you enter, on the left as you exit is the big, beautiful tree. Is it the Swiss Family Robinson tree? Is it the Tarzan tree?
It used to be.
For those of you people who don't know. Is it that Tarzan. Same tree? It is, right? In the roots of the tree there are, and Kelly should be here because Kelly talked about this.
She is here.
I know, somewhere. But here to talk about. She talked about the other day. There's a great, is it a golden book? I think it's a golden book that you can buy. I need to buy it. It pops up on my eBay all the time. I just haven't bought one yet, but I will someday. But she's got one. And it's the story of the Little Man of Disneyland. He's a little cute leprechaun that lives in the base of the tree that you walk by, like thousands of people walk by him and don't even know he's there.
They don't
it's
even
not
know it.
Hard to find. It's just you're not looking for him.
Right.
And he's right there at the base of the entrance and or the exit of the Indiana Jones ride. Is that right? I hope I'm saying that right.
I think he's over off to the side.
Patrick Bagora. Have you seen him? Exactly.
Have you seen him?
I don't think I can do that accent very well, but it's fun to try. Anyway, let me know. I've been watching the chat a little bit. You've been watching the chat a little bit. Do you guys love this ride? Do you know this ride? Were you aware of it? You've never been on it? If you've been on it and you've been on Dinosaur, do you agree with my stance on it? If you haven't been on both of them, I don't want you to. I'm not going to care if you tell me I'm wrong. If you've been on both of them, I want to hear from you. They're related but unrelated, right? It's not hard to find. It's just really, yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the negative about that area. What I love about Adventureland, obviously, come on, I got a hat on the wall. I'm Dole Whip Dad. The channel is Dole Whip Dad. I love Adventureland. Adventureland was going to be in the name of the channel first. That's where all of the names were emanating from. And then I don't know how we got to Dole Whip Dad, but whatever. But the negative of the Disneyland Adventureland is simply people. There's too many. That space is so congested.
You're herded through.
I can taste in my nose the flavor of your deodorant We're too close.
Yeah.
Been on both, no comparison, nothing in common except the vehicle. Well, I think the ride path is the same. Is that the right way to say that? I might be wrong on that. I don't want to say that and be wrong. It's not. I have where to go. I have friends who've been going here. Let's just put it up on the screen. That might make it easier for me to read. I have friends who've been going to Disneyland since they were children and did not know that the Little Man. Yeah, exactly. By the way, if you're listening on the replay, I'm talking to people in chat right now. I know it's a different experience for you. Come on over to watch the replay or check the live version, 9 o'clock Central Time, Monday through Saturday. Never been on Dinosaur. Caitlin says, I haven't been on Indy due to the age of when Century was hard, I bet. But have been on Dinosaur and had an overstimulation attack for a full hour too much. Well, then don't go on Indiana Jones. Because it's the same, but not as fun. It's more wild because of the story in Indy. Same shaking and all that. Gotta go. Hey, ATJH, I appreciate you being here. Downsize D. Have a great day, by the way, ATJH. Downsize Diva. I have been on Dinosaur in Animal Kingdom several times. The vehicles are definitely similar, but I can't compare because I haven't done Disneyland yet. Okay, there you go. Dinosaur feels like a fake Jurassic. It's so bad. It's a bad Jurassic Park, and that's the thing. I love dinosaurs. I love Jurassic Park. Michael Crichton, the author of the books, my favorite author of all time. I was actually sad the day he passed. I loved him so much. I still love him so much. He's done. By the way, if you like Westworld, that's Michael Crichton. If you like, so many things. ER, remember ER? That was Michael Crichton. Congo, by the way, the movie's stupid. The book's amazing. My favorite book by him that's not called Jurassic Park is actually about flying saucer at the bottom of the ocean. Remember that? It's called Sphere.
Oh, Sphere.
Great read.
That's right.
Great read. I won't give it away. Mm-hmm. Highly suggested. I read it a couple, 3-4 times, but we did it on a trip on an audiobook once. And it was so hard for me not to tell her. Like, I want to tell you guys right now. So good. Been on it, got the pin, done, love it. Not our dino. Yeah, I think if they made it a Jurassic Park, and I've not done the Universal Jurassic Park ride. I hear it's excellent. When we went to Universal, we were all on Harry Potter.
Yeah,
and it took our whole day.
We even got over there.
I used to go to Universal when I was a kid in LA. Sorry, but I've not done any of the Orlando stuff that's not Harry Potter at Orlando. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say we spent all of our absorbing the Harry Potter world that we didn't even have time to do anything else.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get to your questions or your comments. We got about another 20 minutes that we're just going to yak with you. So guys, we talked about the Indiana Jones ride. I love it. It's certainly a top 5. I've many times called it my favorite ride. Certainly one of my favorite memories. Taking those kids that day. I do wish they left the queue alone, but I totally get it. I can see a lot of people with blue hair freaking the heck out.
It was pretty amazing.
It's awesome. Anyway, somebody had a question. So now it's time for questions in the chat. Thanks for letting me know. Is Big Thunder in Disneyland better than? Yes, it is. Magic Kingdom's version. I believe so. I don't know. I might get an argument. I do think it's better. I don't know how I could tell. I don't know why I would say it is. I feel like in Magic Kingdom it gets done too quickly. Now I don't know about the time, but I think that's more of a sense that I'm just having even more fun. I do think the queue, for sure, the queue in Magic Kingdom for Big Thunder Mountain is better because the whole system and the whole the conversation they're having with the miners on the wall is fun. So I'll give the queue a +1 in Magic Kingdom, the ride a +1 in Disneyland. But that might just be the old guy I'm originally from Disneyland. What do you think on that?
Yeah, see, I do like the queue better at Magic Kingdom, but I do like Disneyland's better too. But it might be because that's the one I grew up with. Yeah, going on.
I don't want to be that guy, and so sometimes I think, I might just because that's the one I know.
When our kids ran around over and over on the Tower of Terror, like I remember doing that as a younger person on the train. We would do the same thing over and over. There wasn't even a line. Remember how our kids would do that? Yeah. There was I remember when there wasn't even a line and we would just get on and go and go.
Yeah, there was a time that some of the iconic rides you could just jump right on. I think it was just about attendance at Disneyland, to be honest. But it ain't like that.
Well, on a day where it was a little overcast or it was supposed to rain, the best time ever because people stayed home.
It'll be interesting to see as we reopen here how park attendance is going to be, because there was a time that we fell in love with Disneyland as young adults when we were first married, and I would say it was a low attendance time in Disneyland. Mm-hmm. And when you compare Walt Disney World pre-pandemic, of course, to Disneyland is truly a then and now. Well, when we were going, and then pre-pandemic, it was a locals park. It was, you know, you could get the whole park done in a day. You certainly don't need more than 2 days. The lines aren't anything like Walt Disney World. You know, outside of the Adventureland, squeeze them up, a million people. You can do the whole thing. It's just less.
You used to be able to. I mean, now maybe you can after the pandemic, but before it was so much more.
When
crowded.
Disneyland opened up Galaxy's Edge, Disneyland outside of Galaxy's Edge was a ghost town for about a month and a half.
Interesting.
So it is what it is. I wish they would convert Dinosaur Ride to Indiana Jones. I totally agree. They need to do something with that space. It's such a fun ride, and it's such a boring ride. That's just bad Imagineering. And I am the fanboy of Disney Imagineers, but the dinosaur rides. Waste of space. They really should have made 2 queues. Yes. You missed the entire queue for disabled entrance to the ride. It's kind of sad. Yeah, I've not. It's one of the things that I don't like about fast passes. Like, we'll do fast passes. Like I remember, so on Galaxy's Edge, the first 3 times I rode the Millennium Falcon, I didn't read Hondo. I did the single rider, and it was the first day. Let's be real. So I wanted to do it. Hey, VP, what's going on, my man? Hope you're having a great day. Now I've done the whole.
Even when we went,
I think the queue's important is what I'm trying to say.
Because we got there at rope drop, it was too fast. Like, I couldn't read. I want to go again. The Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Like we couldn't even play the game because we were going too fast. Which
and
I
think
guess
about that. How awesome is that? You actually get the customers to want to be in line more.
Yeah.
And that's how they did it.
We have to go back and stand in line longer.
Yeah. That's funny you say that, but I totally agree.
So we can actually do the game and finish it or try to complete the mission.
So Resort Budgeting says, I watched Josh, it means Resort TV ones, live stream at Disneyland. Looked like the Matterhorn was always busy. So that's interesting. When I was a kid, hey, Tina McNeil, what's going on? Hey, Bill, Magic of the Mouse TV, what's going on? When I was a kid, so there's 2 different Matterhorn rides. Mm-hmm. The one you approach and then the one on the backside. So there's 2 lines, which would determine which one.
Well, there's not now. They wrap you all the way around the whole mountain.
It would. Well, that's what I was going to say. So you've been to Disneyland more than me the last decade and a half. Yeah. But for me, when I was a kid, the Matterhorn was so popular that it would go around the mountain 2, 3, even 4 times. It would be an hour for sure, if not longer. And it was the best ride in the park. Certainly arguable. So fun. Little bumpy, but a true fun, amazing experience. Come on. This is the Matterhorn. It's iconic. It's so fun. The abominable snowman yelling at you. So good. So
and they used to have guys that were in lederhosen climbing the side of the mountain.
Do they not do that anymore? I don't know.
No.
Lederhosen is a fun word to say. Now on the Matterhorn, again, maybe you can speak to it and maybe I'm wrong. You walk right on. You go in the little... No?
Mm-mm.
Really?
You wait in line.
I've walked right on the last 3 or 4 times.
You haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't been there in a long time. That's fair. That's totally fair. But back to Indiana Jones.
I've skipped it the last few times I've went because I'm like, I'm not standing in the sun out there. Yeah.
It's an interesting ride vehicle too. You're like way on the ground. Like you get down there and then your kid's in front of you and there's like feels like a 1970s ride vehicle for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's a 1950s ride vehicle.
Well, they've updated it a little.
I would hope.
Yeah. It's still very like shaky.
Myers and the Mouse just dropped a video. Something about my notification went away. Something about the dog maybe ate my homework. I don't know what it was. I think they're still in chat. Give them a look, which does remind me. We got 12 more minutes. I'm in a collab again today, and it just went live as we went live. My buddy Rob Balosopus is a good guy, good friend, part of the TubeBuddy team, and he's asked me to be on now 2 collabs. This one's about going live and a tip for going live streaming. So if you're a live streamer, if you want to be a live streamer, I highly hear. Let's just drop the link. Give me a second. I didn't think about pulling this up. I should pull it up.
That's one of the tips. Have your links ready ahead of time.
You're good. You're good. No, I didn't. I could have done that too. Yeah.
But a lot of people live stream, and I thought that even I don't live stream other than with you here.
I feel like you're doing it right.
No, but you do all of it. I just come and sit down, except for I turn on the lights.
Gorgeous, and I'm not.
There were good tips.
Thank you. Well, so she got to see it in private mode. It just went live right as this video went live. Let's see. So it went 50. It's getting more than a view a minute. Good job, Rob. Go crush it. So it went live not too long ago. I'm going to pull it up. I'll probably be talking about it. Not probably. I will be talking about it Sunday night on my Disney. Nope, not on my Disney. On my Creator Talk live show. There you go. Myers and the Mouse. Ugh, silly dog. It's still a very long queue. Okay, so Myers and the Mouse has a video right now. Please go check it out. We're going to end the stream in about 8 minutes or so. I am going to drop the link to Rob's video because I'm in it. So it's about a 20-minute long. I think it was 19 minutes. I'm in the very beginning and I'm at the very end. So please watch the whole thing. I love Rob. Please give him some love. Put some Disney comment in there so I know it was, so he knows it was me. Would be awesome. But you got to stay at the very, very beginning. He mentions me at the very, very end. And I got to be honest with you, when I watched it for the first time, I mean, you can tell them if I'm lying. I was shocked at being invited to be in a collab with some of these big
names,
some YouTubers that I admire very, very much. So cool. If you wonder what I watch Disney YouTube and these guys. And 3 of them are, how did I get in a video with those people? Nick Nimmin is in the video. Justin Brown is in the video. And who am I forgetting? Oh, Daniel Batal is in there. And that's not it. These are like the people that I would want to get a selfie with the most, right? Jared Leto, Danny Elfman, Nick Nimmin. Yeah, those guys. So anyway, please give it a watch. If you're interested in live streaming at all, or if you just want to support a friend of mine, there it is. I still don't know how I got in that group of people, but I'm honored. And it was a really cool background, right? It was pretty, really cool. Like I did it outside because the clouds were pretty.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty.
So down the road.
Just at the lake, right by the house.
Because it was pretty. She had the idea. I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, let's go to the marina. It's really close and it's so pretty.
And then so live stream with my craft girls. There you go. Check it out. So I just dropped the link. Also, so here's what you should do. Let's just end early. I'm going to send you over to Rob to watch that video and then get over to Myers and the Mouse, who should be starting at about the time the video ends. Are you going right at the hour? Or are you going 10 after? It's about a 19-minute video. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to send, we're going to end it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to send them over to Rob. Please go watch that video. I just dropped the link. And I would love, love, love for you to comment on it. And if you give it a little love and somehow you mention Jeff or Dole Whip Dad or Creator Talk Live, he would know that I sent you. And it would just make me happy because, you know, he's a good guy. Does that make sense? Am I begging? I don't mind asking people for stuff at all. I definitely don't mind asking for people to do stuff for my friends. And Rob is my friend. So please give him some love. And I think that's where we're going to end it. So Myers and the Mouse goes live. They just dropped a video too. I've got a couple of videos I'm working on today too. Might have some stuff done today. We'll see. We'll see. Working on something for work too. So we'll see. I feel like I didn't let you talk very much again. What?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
I did.
Somebody says, on your phone, is there a way to check Wi-Fi outlets before you? Yes, there is. And that's one of the tips.
That is.
I saw the video earlier. We'll watch it, Jeff. Cool. I feel like I'm caught up with chat. Guys, I feel like I ignored chat a little bit. So I apologize for that too. I saw the video earlier. Cool. So get over to Rob. If you have a question I missed, just hit me up. Dole Dad. Also, I'm going to start pushing people over to the Slack channel. If you want an invite to that, I'll be sending out invites. Well, maybe today. Certainly, I try to batch it once a week. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Get over to Rob. Give it to Myers and the Mouse. Friday night is not here yet, but it'll be here soon. Disney Pins Live. Saturday morning, we're doing this thing. Sunday night.
I might not be here Saturday.
Oh, okay, well, that's all right. Sunday
Find out.
On Disney Creators on DizTube is Donna Jaworski night. Creator Talk Live, we're talking about tips going live, just like on the video. And then Thursday night, which is today Wednesday? It's tomorrow night, right? Today Wednesday, right? Pretty sure. Tomorrow, NFL watch party with Pete McDevitt and Kelly Myers of Myers and the Mouse. Oh, I'm doing a lot of promoting. There we go, Myers and the Mouse. I have gotten a lot of comments on how awesome your Creator Talk segments. What? I have gotten a lot of comments on how awesome your Creator Talk segments. You'll find it. Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you, very cool. Mama. I didn't understand it there. Thank you. I really love that show. You know, I'm working on the elevator speech for what I'm doing here on YouTube. And I really want to share what I love and help people share what they love. That's really kind of my elevator speech. And that's why I feel like I can do Disney content and how to create. It's probably not the smartest way to grow a channel, but I don't care. It's what I want to do. It's my jam. I want to, in our career and in my life, share what I love and help other people share what they love. And so that really means a lot to me. Mama, I appreciate it. I hope it's helpful. I know it's helpful. I don't think I'm Nick Nimmin. I'm certainly not. I can't even get anybody to subscribe to the channel lately. But but I'm having a ball, and I know we're helping people. I've had some really neat comments from some friends recently, and it makes me happy. So I'll keep doing that as long as people keep showing up. I think that's it. Rob Velocibus, the link's there. I'm going to drop it one more time. And then Myers of the Mouse goes live sometime here shortly, and they dropped a video too. Go watch all of those things. Also, I don't want to ignore Pat Flynn. He goes live on Wednesdays a little early, so his show's already started. So I usually catch it at night. It's been gold. It's been gold this week. If you're interested at all in ever creating a book, some people are. I am. You need to check out what he did this week. All right, I think I'm going to let them go now.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it.
Love you all. Have the best day ever. Mwah. Have fun storming the castle. Go check out the video from Rob. Give him some love. Comment something positive that you learned. Or, hey, I just came over because Jeff made me. Or whatever you want to say. And then check out Myers of the Mouse. Like I said, I think that's it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Sarai. Thank you, Jackie Mones, Alyssa, Arvina, Dizzy, everybody. Thank you to the members of the channel. Thank you to the mods. Go have the best day ever. Fear not. Fear's a liar. Have fun storming the castle. Later.